I know I'm getting older because I sit on this park bench over here and look at the ocean almost every day. This is part of my bike route. I take my little 10-mile bike ride. I normally do it right along the ocean here every day. So I am going to go park my butt on that chair right there. Oh, as you can see, I'm right across from the ocean. So I ride my bike down this path right here every day. But I sit here on this park bench. I meet tons of people, and I think that's a sign of getting older, is when you're sitting on benches. I used to drive by and always look at old people sitting on benches. Now I'm one of those guys. Man, this ocean is roaring today. I don't think I've ever seen it this rough. Oh well. I'm gonna do a segment on that hydrogenated water. I bought the portable hydrogenated water maker. You know, I follow a guy named Gary Brea. He's not your traditional white coat doctor, but he's alternative, like everything I do. But I believe in the guy, and he says this hydrogenated water is really healthy. And Gary Brea is not a doctor, by the way. He's a human biologist. He studies like what makes the body do certain things. He's not your traditional doctor at all. And he talks about that. He's got 23 doctors that are on his team, but he's not an MD. He's a human biologist. He used to figure out, he worked for the insurance companies figuring out life expectancies. And he can do it through the blood work. I don't have the $600 to pay to do it's not even him, any blood work. It's all about methylene and all these crazy things I've never heard of, but it can all be figured out with blood work. Everybody's different, and they will curtail a diet, if you will, to fit whatever your blood says. Like, I believe in that. I believe some people, like, I like to eat meat. Mary doesn't like red meat. I just don't think it's in her makeup or her DNA or whatever. I don't. My high school education's kicking in here. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I follow guys like this, and I'm a believer. He's very popular on the internet right now. Gary Brea, human biologist. And I'm kind of done with the old white coat doctors, and I don't want to discount them. They're fantastic. Like, I need a hip. That's carpentry work. It's beautiful, and they can put you to sleep and drop you a new hip in, and you walk out 6 hours later. Literally, we walk out of the hospital now. Kind of crazy. But things are changing with medicine. You know, think of the old days when they used to have the 5 basic food groups. My 5 basic food groups now are meat, not a lot of, I'm going to get crap for this, but not a lot of vegetables. Certainly not a lot of fruit. It's loaded with sugar. It's interesting to talk about the food, that how we were raised and what they used to say, and you know, eggs were considered bad. And another thing, when I say I don't eat vegetables, talk about stirring up the channel a little bit here. Some of the philosophies are, let the animal eat the vegetables. Let them eat all that. You'll get it through the meat. You'll get the vitamins and everything else you need. Again, I'm not saying I'm any expert on this. I read a lot and I watch a lot of videos on this, and I've experimented with, you know, if you do eat just meat and water and minimal vegetables, and you're gonna lose a lot of weight. I mean, your body, you know, the carbs are, America is living on carbs, and that's what we got to get away from. We got to get away from the wheats. We got to get away from the sugars, most importantly, the sugars. So yeah, I follow this Gary Brea, and it's working out great. You know, I'm going to get some crap for beating up on the doctors a little bit, but you know, I'll give you an example. I have a customer that I picked up. We spent an hour and 15 minutes in the car, and we chatted quite a bit about medical stuff, because he's, you know, like a young, in his early 30s doctor. I told him about my heart stuff, and he started suggesting the vegan diet and everything. You know, I love vegans if you're doing it because you like animals, because I love animals, and I didn't invent us. I don't know why we need to kill animals to eat to stay alive, but it, like I said, I'm just here. I'm on my 80-year journey here. So obviously we all know we have to consume meat. But yeah, it's just interesting to see this guy's fresh out of med school and he's telling me vegan diet. I wouldn't do a vegan diet, especially with heart conditions. This is fairly new. People are saying that the caveman diet is the way to go. I don't know if it's right or wrong. Be at my funeral and say, the guy only ate red meat. And you'll be the winner. I just read a lot, guys, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I don't know. I'm buying into this Gary Brea world, and I've always been kind of the caveman diet believer. Wheat's loaded with it's got a natural poison in it, like a lot of vegetables do, to keep animals from eating it. It's their defense mechanism. I talked about onions in one of my segments, and why do onions, when you cut into them, make your eyes water? And it's a defense mechanism. And onions a lot of vegetables are still alive after they're picked, and they'll continue to grow out of the soil. Not a lot, but a few of them will. And so they're still, an onion is very much alive when you cut into it. And that's why it throws off that gas that makes your eyes water. We were always down on the 70s and 80s, don't eat fats and sugars were okay, and carbs were okay, and breads were okay. It's all wrong. We found out, we know now that's all wrong. Do you guys have those grandparents that ate whole milk, never exercised? Matter of fact, my friend Jeff, his grandmother, she used to have her cereal with half and half in the morning. And she lived to be 90 something. And a lot of those people lived long lives that ate fatty foods. They were heavier men and women. And they went on because they ate whole foods. Nothing was processed in that generation. And they ate a lot of fats, and that was okay. They ate a lot of eggs, they ate a lot of meats, and they lived long lives. It was a pretty good thing. And it's interesting that that's all coming back now. People are using the fats. Like I save all my fat from, I cooked brisket twice this month, and I took all the fat from that and saved it. I'll show it to you. It's in my refrigerator, and I take a spoonful instead of butter. I like butter, but I'd rather use the fat, the animal fat, the ghee. You can buy this at Sam's Club. It's like $30 for a thing of ghee. It's just fat, man. Just save it from when you cook. Okay, guys, we're going to try out this new hydrogenated water. This is the one I bought. I've got it on the charger. Still says red. It's interesting, all those colors, but we're going to try it out. This is the new craze on the internet. Everyone's into this hydrogenated water. Let me unplug it. Follow me into the fridge here, Mary. I want to show our water. I'm going to put our distilled water in here.
And that zero water thing is cool because it gives you a little tester thing that you can test the water, and it tells you a number if it's clean or
we'll
not.
do that. So let's put this out here. Actually, let me show you guys something. I make my own ghee, my own fat. So this came off a brisket we made about 3 weeks ago. Now, what I'm not showing you, I'm glad I got both these here. I'm gonna, I strain it. I put it through cheesecloth or just an old rag and get all the pieces out. But it looks like butter. It's the best to cook with. Doesn't burn. You can saute anything with this stuff. It's just great. I've got a second one working right now. So you see that? That's all the, this turns into a gel because it's got part fat still in it. It's cold. The top gets hard like butter. And this becomes a great base. What's it called? Starter? Stock. I own how many restaurants? 10 restaurants? I'm just out of it today. Anyway, so I'm going to clean this up. I'll strain this, and then I'll go ahead and add it to the other one. So I have plenty of ghee anytime I want to cook. Hey, that's a side note. So this water filter is unbelievable. We make our own filtered water. So, and then I put it in these bottles so we can carry it, run out the door with it. Kind of cool. We filter, I'm kind of a freak about water. Can you get under the sink here? I don't know if you can see, I've got a full-size filter in here. I can't speak today. Okay, let's put the lid on.
How did that charge? You didn't show me.
Oh, there's a little charging cord on the side. I'll show you.
Where does it go in?
This is the cool part. You should be able to see bubbles and things.
See it.
Can you see the bubbles? It's kind of cool. And then it will bubble until it's ready, and then the light will turn off. And you'll hear 3 little beeps, and you'll see my dogs jump on the 3 beeps. Oh. Then we're going to chug it down. This is going to be
what are the health benefits of hydrogen?
It's all over the internet. I don't even know. I've got to look this up. I'm sure Jeff is putting it up on the screen right now as I'm speaking. I just think it was a neat topic. You know, we cover all these interesting topics.
Gary Brea is big on this, right?
It's Gary Brea all the way.
Yeah.
I said in the last video, I follow pretty much everything he says, except my sugar intake, which I'm addicted to. I admit it. So follow this here, Mary. Do you see the colors? And then in about another 30 seconds, it'll give 3 beeps, and it means it's ready. See these little bubbles pop up from time to time?
I think the bubbles is more hydrogen going
You do?
into the water. Yeah.
I think the little bubbles are the hydrogen, and the big bubbles are just left over from being in that cavity, and we filled it up with water. Who knows? I think it's getting ready to be finished.
And how long does it just take? About a minute?
I should look on the I should have done some more research, but I was just excited to get this. These are about $20 on the internet. You'll see them all over the place. You'll see tons of people promoting it. Gary Brea swears this is the most important part of his diet, is drinking hydrogenated water. He chugs it. So you know what I'd like to know? I saw a video on this. There's a tester that you can actually put in here, and it can tell you how much you've hydrogenated the water. So yeah, the benefits are supposed to be unbelievable. Better circulation. It's talking about joint pain, which I have, but I'm 61 years old. I think a lot of that comes from the seed oils, the joint pain, which we've eliminated in our house. We learn so much from our viewers too. Like, I try to be organic and I try to be healthy and all this stuff. And then yet I'm cutting on a plastic cutting board. And one of the comments was, pretty smart guy, but he said it kind of sarcastically. You know, here you are trying to broadcast. Here's the beep. We'll get back to that in a second. Okay. And then just chug it down.
Do you want to test it with the tester? It tests if there's chlorine. It tests any kind of weird things in the water. And when we tested, if you want to test our tap water compared to that,
sure,
it's going to be ridiculous. Here's a glass.
Okay. So let's go ahead and put this in.
Okay, so the numbers are going up, but it's only at 0.2 or 0.10. Does it beep when it's done?
I think it's done. I think it knows right away. Well, no,
okay,
let's.
So pull it out. Let's see the number.
Can you see it?
Yeah, 0.
Oh, good.
Now do your filter from the filtration underneath the sink.
Okay.
That's this
Let me rinse
water.
this off.
117.
117?
119.
And that's filtered.
And that's with the filter.
That's the first filter.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is the test now. Mary's going to test. This is out of the bathroom.
The water out of the bathroom.
Unfiltered.
I can't see what the numbers say.
I can't get up close enough. Let's see. You're going to have to pull it out when it's done.
I'll tell you right now. 138, 39. 138.
138?
Yeah. So on that 0 water box that we had, it gave you like a level number.
Right.
And anything over like 10 was bad.
Was bad. So even the filtered water that we get straight out of the sink here is not as good.
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Correct. So our filtered water out of our 0 filter is really good.
One more shot at the box.
Boosting metabolism and nutrient absorption. That's one thing it says on the box. Increase athletic, improve memory, boost energy, anti-aging, control weight.
Okay, it's everything we want.
I'm in.
Okay, let me chug it down.
Hey, I want some.
All right, you can have a sample here.
I want to see if it tastes any different.
No,
Doesn't.
but our water's so damn clean.
Yeah, with that filter.
Let's get you taking it. Are you thirsty? You want to chug it down? Because I'm going to chug it down if you don't.
I don't think I'll chug it, but I'll take a big drink of it.
What do you think?
It tastes like good, clean
Water,
fresh
yeah.
water.
So we don't notice a difference. And
But
here, I'll go ahead and chug the rest of it.
I could tell a difference from when we were, if you just took a drink of this water out of our sink
Yeah.
before your filter, and then we got our filter water or bottled water, incredibly disgusting of what's in our like water. So even for the dogs now, I don't know if you noticed, I've been giving them the filtered water too.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want them to drink that chemical.
No, the water is so important, the clean water.
chlorine, whatever else is in it. Yuck.
I want to get back to our customers, the comments. So someone said when I was cutting all these organic food and everything else, I was trying to, I'm just trying to show like what I do and this is healthy and do, but yet I was cutting on a plastic cutting board. And the guy's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we switched to bamboo.
We switched to bamboo.
Do you know there's bamboo toilet paper?
No.
And bamboo paper towels.
Oh my God. But that was like one example. Then all the plastic water bottles we had that we used to buy, someone made a, someone made
remember?
Bad for the environment. I don't think you should eat anything in plastic. That's why I bought the glass bottles. We filter our own water, so we got rid of all the plastic.
Mm-hmm.
You guys did that to us. You helped us.
But I was always the one saying, you're lugging these big giant cases of the water, which you were complaining about. And I'm
It's
like,
stupid.
Yeah, and I hated all the plastic. And I said, just get a filter.
Better for the
They
world,
also
too.
have some that you can actually hook up to your sink. I think it's like Brita or something.
Yeah, there's a million of them. I highly recommend it. That water is so delicious, so clean. We'll see if you don't taste the, what's it called?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen in the water.
No, I don't think
I'm
you can
telling you,
taste
I'm
hydrogen.
off my game today. Okay, let's get your
Get
parents to the airport
And me.
and you. That's right. Mary's going to Chicago. Mary's bringing her parents back home for the season. It's March, what, 7th? 6th. I never know the dates or the day of the week anymore. It's a big plus in my life.
Well, this is supposed to boost your memory and energy and all
I
that.
need memory. God, I cannot speak today. Okay, let's drop it.
Okay.